Greetings all. So we had a little bit of some technical difficulties with sound quality in this episode from time to time, and we just wanted to put a disclaimer here at the front of the episode for that. We apologize for that, but you can understand pretty much everything, like 99%, but there's going to be 1, maybe 2% that doesn't come through clearly, so please be warned. And that's it. Thanks for listening, and let's get on with the show.
Hey, my name is Henry Kingi. I am the mugger in Batman Returns. I had to fight with Catwoman, and you don't want to get slashed in the face like I did.
Hi, everybody out there. I am Branscombe Richmond. I am delirious clown, bad boy clown, a clown that you don't want to mess with. And if you didn't get it, you missed.
Hi, this is Greg Cummins, the Acrobat Thug from Batman Returns. I'm not really one for speeches, so I'll just say thanks for listening to superhero stuff you should know.
Welcome once again to Superhero Stuff You Should Know in a very special episode with tons of guests. I am Ben, and with me, as usual, is my co-host next to me.
It's Andrew, everybody. I don't have a crazy intro because I'm surrounded by clowns.
Oh.
These are the real crazy guys here. Thank you guys for coming on. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Where you
So I met these three fine gentlemen at the 30th anniversary celebration at Nostalgic Nebula. Branscombe being the photographer on this one for the selfie. And I thought I should bring all three of them on to basically share about their experiences on it. All three of you had amazing, basically fantastic stories about your time on the set. And not everybody who listens to us or watches our show had the opportunity to be there, including Andrew himself. So this is going to be new for Andrew, too, in terms of the stories there. So I thought I would bring all of you on and share your experiences for all of us.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy to be here.
So I guess over to Andrew's got the first question.
All right. So for each of you, could you tell us how you joined the cast for Batman Returns? And I guess we can start with who wants to go first on this one?
Branscombe always goes first.
Hello, everybody out there. So I have great pleasure of being invited by Charlie Crawl as the co-stunt coordinator, I believe, with Mr. Max Clevin. I didn't really know Max, but I knew Charlie pretty well. We both come from the International Stunt Association. And I went and I read. There was a whole bunch of people there, and then casting director said, everybody kind of stay here. And then we got in front of our director. And then I read for the director, and then he had it, and then I got the line. He kind of let you know right there, and it was interesting. I didn't realize Batman was going to be such a big movie because it didn't have any hype at all. But how I got on I'm very graced to be part of this movie. Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, let's go to Henry next.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
How the heck did you get in this movie?
So pretty much the same thing. Max Clevin and Charlie Crawwell. They were coordinators, second unit directors on the show, and they came to me and asked me if I would be interested in doing that part and get scratched up. And I said, yeah. So he said, okay, let's go. I had to go in front of the director, I think, do a quick read. And again, like Branscombe, right then and there, he said, gave a yes or no. And he said, yeah, it was fine. And then I went on to get scratched up.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great scene. Great scene.
Yep. And then Greg?
Gosh, I hate to be repetitive, but exactly the same thing happened to me. Max Clevin called me up prior to that, which was an independent film with David Hasselhoff and Linda Blair, and he called me up and actually apologized and said, "Well, Greg, I read all these people, but Tim Burton, he doesn't like the people I brought in for this just one role, and he can, would you mind coming in and just reading the one line? It's just one line. We'll hire you. We've got you like for 3 weeks. I think I initially started that, but it turned into like 13, which was fine with me." And he apologizing. That was just one line, and I said, "Batman Returns with Tim Burton? Yeah, okay. I want you there." And then I just went in and the line. I'm not really one for speeches, so I'll just say thanks. And we were like a outside. We were just saying, "Hi, this is Greg. Tim Burton. Hi, nice to meet you." Okay, I did the line. Hey, Max says, "Do the line." I did the line, and he said, "Oh," and that was it. And from then on, I got on the film, and it was great. Got a nice 13 weeks out of it, and so that's how I got on. Same way as them.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yep. So all three of you had fantastic stories for the crowd at the Nostalgic Nebula event on June 25th, and so I'd love for all of you to sort of share what your experiences were. I guess first was Branscombe. You had a story about working with Michelle Pfeiffer in your big scene where you take her hostage.
Yeah, so here we are. Michelle is a petite lady, and she's all of maybe 95 pounds. So had a short rehearsal, and everyone kind of said, "Let's just shoot this thing." So during the rehearsal, I held her, but I made a circle with my arm so that she could use space in there to things like. And after the rehearsal, I want you to really hold me. I want you to really hold me, and I want to really fight you. And I said, "You got it." Now, her wrists are very, they're not very thick. When I grabbed her, I didn't realize how, her arms and her wrists, and she's a petite gal. So after the first take, Dad asked me, go back to the other way. Give me a spot, because when I held her, she couldn't move. You know what I mean? She fighted. So and that was it. And hey, it was Michelle Pfeiffer, and what honor, great honor.
Must have been tough holding Michelle Pfeiffer, huh?
I was very diplomatic, and I wanted to make sure that we were all doing a great job. But when you hold somebody and she says, "Really hold me," don't let. Yeah, and I did, and you can squeeze the air out of somebody.
Sure.
And I have a feeling you didn't realize, and not to say I'm strong, but just to realize.
Oh, you are. But they actually paid you to put your arms around Michelle Pfeiffer. That's pretty
That's true.
Thank you, God.
Oh man.
All right. So next, Henry, you also have a Michelle Pfeiffer story.
Yes, I did. I do. I have. I will. And I think about it all the time, ever since it happened.
Please share it. Enlighten us.
Yeah. She was Catwoman, and I was told that Michelle Pfeiffer was going to be Catwoman, and I thought, oh my gosh, what a lucky stiff I am. You're kidding me. And I was like, oh Lord have mercy. Okay, Michelle Pfeiffer. So we go in for a rehearsal. We're standing there, and I'm going, Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm standing here on Batman movie with Michelle Pfeiffer. How lucky can one man be? I can't sing that song, but
Yeah.
And so I was like just fascinated and thinking, I'm a fan. We're all fans, just like you guys are fans, and the fans are fans, and we're fans of our fans, and we're also fans of our coworkers. And I was fascinated working with her and rehearsing, and excited to be on a movie as a, iconic movie, and then an iconic actress. So we did all the rehearsing. We go to get our wardrobe on, and when we come back, I'm all, ready. And then she comes walking out in that iconic Catwoman outfit. And Lord have mercy, I forgot my routine. I was like, that's it. What? They said, let's rehearse. I'm going. Let's do it. Can we rehearse again? They go, well, we did it. And I said, well, right now I'm having a problem. I can't remember it. So we go through the rehearsal again, and then I'm actually okay, and I get the scene down. But just to say that she is she's so nice. She was so concerned about scratching my eyes with those fingernails that she had to wear, and she was very careful, very concerned, and very nice. The thing that I want to say that she after it was all over and everybody's walking around, she had these hats, like baseball caps, made with they were black leather, and they had the Batman and logo on the front of it and red embroidery. That's cool. So she was giving them to the crew members, and she gave me one, and I held it and I looked at it, and I just kind of said, did you think about signing these for everybody? And she said, she kind of got taken back a little bit, and then she said, I don't think anybody would want me to sign their hat. And I went, oh, she's even more gorgeous than ever before. To have that kind of attitude and thinking that, she doesn't want to put herself on people by signing their hats. I'm going, Lord have mercy, are you kidding? So she just made herself gorgeous even more. She's really, really a nice lady.
Awesome.
And very fun to work with.
That's great.
Amazing. And then, Greg, I know you shared a story at the event about you not only shooting your scene in your line, but also a little bit of your encounter with Christopher Walken that we might not have seen in the final film.
Yeah. I just got to say real quickly, I didn't get a chance to work with Michelle Pfeiffer, but I did catch her when I went in for my wardrobe, and she was coming out right as I was going in, and I just did a little like, hello. That's all I said. And she went, hello, welcome to the show. And I went, thank you. And I was kind of like, I couldn't say anything else. I just couldn't even say, I love your work. I didn't want to say anything stupid, so I just kind of walked in. But yes, with the Acrobat Thug thing we did, I came running in from off stage. It's where I'm going to steal the baby from the mayor, he's there with the baby and his wife, and so I come running up and I steal the baby, and the action was. And it was a real baby. They didn't use a fake baby in the beginning.
Really?
Baby. So I had
a real baby,
real infant. So I had to run in one motion, sweep the baby out of her arm, and you got to watch out for the neck and everything. And I never held a baby at that age, so that was freaky for me. But I had to just kind of take the baby and then push the guy out of the way on the right, then swing to the left to the microphone, and then Christopher Walken was there, and I bumped Christopher Walken. And then knocked him out of the way. I guess it didn't make it to the final cut, but I was afraid of hitting him. I said, is it okay? How hard? I mean, am I okay? He said, yeah, just bump into me. And then he falls away. And then I do my line, I'm not really, hold the baby up. I'm not really one for speeches, so I'll just say thanks. And then I go running off. And then they did do a cutaway. I have to give credit to the stuntman who did that. I did not do the cartwheel down the stairs and into the manhole. And I do not have the name of the guy who did. He was an Olympic gymnast, and he was amazing. But everybody thinks that I did that, and I will never take credit for anything that's done. And I do stunts in my own, fight scenes, my own bad guy roles that I played for years. But I couldn't do that. They cut it together so it makes it look like I did, but I didn't. But yeah,
you did. I saw you. I'm a witness.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
That's the ticket.
Yeah. But no, I didn't do that. But it was just an incredible experience, just to even be on the film. For me, I'm just there. Everything was just, I'd just done a few films. I did a film called Stone Cold, and I was just kind of working my way up on TV and film, and I got this, and it was just a huge deal for me because, it was they had 5 huge 2 football field sound stages that were 5-story high, and every one was filled with these sets that were, they kept it like 30 degrees for the penguins, and each set was different, and they had no photographs in there, and it was just amazing, the production and the amount of people involved. I'd never been involved in anything like that, so it was just huge to just be involved. And there were a lot of named people that were just trying to get little one-liners in that film, just asking, can we get in and just do one line? Everybody in the business kind of wanted to be on this project because it was a huge deal at the time, huge deal. That Tim Burton did was huge then, and so I just felt really fortunate to be there, and I kind of did my own little thing there, and I had my little line, and Tim Burton really never talked to me. He just kind of looked at him. He kind of went, I go, everything, we're going to do another take. And I go, anything different you want from me? Well, he did kind of say so. He kind of went, he kind of gave a thumbs up. Just keep doing what you're doing, kind of thumbs up kind of thing. And so I just kind of kept doing what I did. And so that was it. I was kind of intimidated by him, actually, because he's very quiet with me. And you can see all machinations running through his mind, and he's concerned with the camera and the things and the wardrobe and just the action. He's all this stuff that's going in his mind. So he was very cerebral, and so he was not as vocal as other directors I've worked with. But that's so it kind of intimidated me in what he was thinking. But everything went okay. And, apparently he left it in the film, so I guess he liked it. So that's it on my end.
Nice. I know you also mentioned you were there for a good period of time. You said about like 13 or 14 weeks and stuff. So are there, we mainly know you, I pulled these pictures up from your website. We mainly know you from that one line you said, but like, I see this other picture that you have here with the big coat and stuff. So you're in the background of like
some other scenes. Yes, other scenes. And I think I had a line too where I pulled a baby from a cage when all of us were taking over the city and stealing all the babies. And I had another line with them when I took the baby to Danny DeVito, and I might have said something, but honestly, I don't remember. But yeah, I had a little thing where I stole the baby from a cage or something from we were stealing babies all over Gotham City, that one stuff. So, and they just kept me in the background with a lot of, the thin clown, the fat clown, the snake lady, and all that. Because they figured they just keep me for just, behind the scenes with the, Danny playing the penguin. They needed
Greg,
yeah.
That's a little disturbing that you're that good at stealing babies.
Well, they're delicious. I've never tasted anything that was quite as delicious as a tender young baby.
I can see why you got this part.
All over the place taking babies.
And Burton was like, no notes.
Did you write a book on it?
Yeah, I mean, everybody eats babies occasionally, don't they? I'm just well, everybody was stealing babies. We were all stealing babies.
What you're describing is a deleted scene, and I have the script excerpt we were going to go over that described in Acrobat Clown taking a baby. I just wasn't sure if they brought you back in to do that part and they just cut the scene or what, but it sounds like they did. On that.
But I think it's in there. It's just quick, because everybody's running around and doing stuff. So if you kind of blink, you'll miss that part. But
I got to go back and see it.
A lot of action.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. I go over back to Andrew on the next question.
Okay, yeah. So, what was it like seeing the finished film? Let's go back to Branscombe.
Well, I'll say about Tim Burton. We were at the Grauman. It was for cast and crew, and he was at the front door, meeting everybody, shaking hand, and he knew our name. Well, he knew my name.
Awesome.
He goes, Branscombe, and wait a minute. There's 9 million people in this movie, and crew members, and I had my son Farai with me, who that movie, he really wanted to be a filmmaker after that, and that wasn't the English. Like the first movie was made in England, and what they did was they made a Burton movie, and it just happened to be Batman, and that's the way I looked at it. When I saw the movie, I was really, really proud. Blown away. I was taken aback because it wasn't like the first one. You see what I mean?
Right.
It was different. A lot of those stunt guys, they came from England, and so we had our fighters and stuff like that came from England. The rest of the guys came from Los Angeles, and we were stunt actors. So, and that's how come we got a shot, which is lucky for us because we just weren't stunt people. We were able to do parts and do lines, and those are the kind of things that really benefited us with the ability to go ahead and create a character out of something that kind of happened. I will say, because I want to make sure I get this out, Michael Keaton, when he would stay in his dressing room, because that outfit was hot. Couldn't breathe in that dang thing. So he would stay in, and when they absolutely needed him, that's why the rehearsal situation when in his scenes was we didn't do it much, in my stuff because he was just so hot. And then when it was cut, print, moving on, they would walk into the trailer because it was so. And the idea was on that Gotham set for us to go ahead and have our breath be seen. And there, in the beginning, you could see our breath, and then all of a sudden it kind of went away. I don't know what happened. I'm sure to have people that were set not be there on set because they didn't want them to use up all the cold air. Did you know? So a lot of stunt people were just sitting out on the street there, and one of the funniest things you'll ever see.
Jeez. Wow.
But the product was an honor. It just wowed me away. It was like, wow, just wow. Even when I saw it at the screen, when all of us saw it at the screening again, it had to see Batman Returns. When you think about it, even though we had small parts, everybody who had small parts as the clown people, they had prominent roles. I mean, I'm going to mention Travis McKenna because he's all a friend of all of ours. God bless his soul. He's still around, but he was a big guy. I mean, he was a big baby face clown, and that's kind of all these characters. I hadn't seen them in a while, and then when we went to the screening, and again, you take a different look at it. You take a more mature look and the notes. And you know what? Every person that had all roles in that movie, they were still roles, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think of Henry, and Greg and yourself. We really stuck out there for a moment, even though this was so Batman going on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And a couple stunt guys did get hurt when they got ratcheted into the Christmas tree. I wanted to say that.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
I was
didn't know
there.
that.
Prior to me getting fired, I was running around the street, and the motorcycles were coming by us. And when they ratcheted those guys, look how far they went. They went over 100 feet, and they landed inside the Christmas tree, and they were supposed to be let down. But evidently something happened, and it happens all the time.
jeez.
And one guy hit a horse. So that
What?
that was a man that flying in the air and hit the stunt policeman off the horse.
Ooh.
And,
Wow.
and it scared the whip of a horse. I gotta say.
Yeah, I can
So
imagine.
prominent moment at in that movie. I'll tell you something. I'll be places and people will miss Man-Bat, and I got to turn around. Like people of all different colors, Europe, Japan. I mean, and people say that. So it's something that people do remember you and remember us and remember this movie.
That's
Awesome. Yeah. Henry, how was the experience for you then in watching the movie?
I have nothing left. Branscombe said it all for all of us. No, I don't. I was fascinated listening to him. It was awesome. Yeah, when I just the same thing as just as far as being a part of it. When you do movies, you never know what's going to turn out to be what's going to be, how anything's going to turn out, if it's going to be any good or anything like that. It's like when we did movie Car Wash. When I played in that, I had no idea that thing was going to turn out to be a cult film. And you just never know what goes on. So being a part of a Batman movie, that's you can be as cool as you want to be, but deep inside in your little brain, you're going, "Wow, man, I'm a part of this thing." and it was great watching it. When we went to the premiere, it was awesome to see how everything came together. And it was, like Branscombe said, the place was loaded. There were people and things going on, bikes going by, cars going by, fire, explosions, horses, all of that stuff was just a lot of things happening at one time. So it was just fascinating to be a part of that whole thing. And then after I hadn't seen it in years, and then when we went to that 30 year, that was and watched the movie there. It was like brand new. I kind of went through the same thing that Branscombe said, thinking, look at all the parts, and each, even though minuscule part, little part, it was a big part. I mean, for every little situation, it was like a big moment, a splash of a big moment, in the midst of this whole thing. And it was just, and with the crowd that was there, I would like to see it again with that same crowd. It was really fun watching it, and the crowd getting all the moments that were in there, and so it was just fun and fascinating. And I again, same thing like Branscombe. I'm very excited that I was a part of that, and I loved it.
Awesome.
That's great.
And then Greg, for yourself, in terms of the differences between how it was like seeing it in 92 versus, I guess, the 30th anniversary, because, Branscombe and Henry have been also mentioning sort of how there was a bit of a difference or a different feeling,
Here's the thing. They made me even more jealous because I didn't make the premiere because I was out shooting Cliffhanger for 6 months in Italy right when that premiered.
Oh, man.
And I couldn't go to the premiere. So listening to Henry talking about all the things I missed made me miss it even more. Horrible. My agent went.
But I had a picture of you. I took a picture of you and I carried it around, and they went, "Oh my God, that's the handsome guy."
Yeah. Well, of course, everybody could tell that, even with the makeup. But I couldn't go to the premiere, and by the time I got back in the end of August, it had left the theater, so I couldn't even go see it in the theater after the premiere. And I had to wait for it to come out to video, and I went to the video store and rented it and watched it on my TV. So I never got to see it in the big theater. And Cliffhanger had their premiere later. It was amazing, but this Batman must have been an incredible premiere. So when I went to the 30th anniversary, that was the first time I sat in a theater in front of an audience, and I was just blown away. They loved it. But you know what? I loved it. And all the it's not the computer graphics that they're using nowadays. Every stunt, everything was real people flying 100 feet through the air into Christmas trees, flying over this and that, flying on motorcycles, crashing, people falling. It was crazy, and those were all real stunts. There was nothing fake, and it was real, and it held up. The storyline: Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, Christopher Walken, everybody was amazing, and the film held. If they did a full or limited release in this country in, like, say, 1,000 theaters across the country, those things would sell out for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. They would make a lot of money again. That totally held up.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Watching other things with all the computer graphics, and the Batman was out. Now that was great. That was interesting. But this was, you could see all these stunts were real, and there was so much happening. And Michael Keaton was great. Michelle Pfeiffer was great. Walken, he's just, what a jewel. His performance in that was amazing. And of course, Danny DeVito is always amazing. So it totally held up. And I think they should bring it out in theaters for the rest of the country to see again. I don't know why they don't. They could make money off that.
Especially in Christmas, it's a go-to Christmas movie for several people.
That was the first time I got to see it in a theater with other people. So
that's awesome.
Excited at the 30th anniversary, and I just love watching the Penguins myself because they had a rule. They said to everybody, you can't go to the Penguins because they can bite and stuff like that. They don't want anybody to get injured for liability. But I got to know the Penguin Wrangler who came down from either Canada or Alaska. I can't remember. And so I got to go pet every day. I would sneak in there. He'd teach me how to pet them and all that. And I'd be petting the big emperor penguins and the little ones. And I would do that every day. I would sneak in there and I go pet the penguins. And it was so cool. I mean, penguins were my friends. But when I was watching those penguins, I just was going crazy. Because they were amazing. I remember that. But it was just an amazing film. It totally held up. It wasn't hokey and like some 30-year-old film. It held up. I think there's a whole generation of people that are watching at home TV screens that if they could see that in the theater, I think people would come out en masse. And you were talking about Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, Christopher Walken, and Henry Kingi and Branscombe Richmond and me. But seriously, though, they were really great. It was great, and just people actually doing all the real stunts. Again, it makes a difference. It's way different than the computer graphics. It really is amazing. It's just got a great feel to it. So that was my experience being in front of the audience with the 30th anniversary.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I had no idea that was your first time seeing it with the theater. Yeah. It was my first time seeing it in the theater as well, but obviously I have a very different experience.
Yeah. You were born
I was just too young to go in, but yes.
This was my first Batman movie in the theater. I'm older than Ben, so yeah. I missed 89. I'm in the theater, but I saw this one.
Yeah, sure. Nice.
And with the crowd really gave even more life to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it's so different from watching it at home because at first I was just like, I'll watch the movie, but I've seen it a million times. And then like when I watched it with the crowd, suddenly I'm like, oh, this is why people like to go and watch
that's why movies like that need to be watched.
Right.
Screen. There's certain movies you just have to watch on the big screen. It's a whole different experience. I just whether it's Lord of the Rings or whether it's Top Gun, which was out recently. I mean, it's just you got to see Matrix when it first came out. You got to see certain films at the theater, and Batman Returns is one of them. That would be really great to see it in the theater for everybody else. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of stuff going on in every shot on the screen, so it would be on the big screen. It'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a great experience. To watch it with the crowd and also know that there were people who helped make it what it was, helped make it what it is in the audience with us and celebrating it. So amazing experience. For the interest of time, I think we will conclude the interview part, but we're going to have these gentlemen return to their roles for the first time in 30 years after this break that we're editing it.
Hello, my name's Jonathan Dunn, host of the O3C podcast. Every week I'm joined by my two best gaming buddies, Chris and Minty, and we talk about the games we're playing, the games we love, and how they rank alongside our sacrosanct top 100 favourite video games of all time lists. Deep dives into gaming mechanics, history and lore abound, all topped off with lashings of irreverent dry British wit, witterings and wisdom. For details on the show and more, head to o3c.games and tune in every Monday on the HyperX Podcast Network.
Do you love Japan and video games? Well, so do we! We're Kinsey and Mark from Kyoto Indie Dev's Chuhai Labs. Join us twice monthly for games, silly Japan news, and all-around nonsense. We stink at making commercials.
We fucking got this one, bro.
Be sure to stop by the Chuhai Labs Discord to chat about our games or ask us questions.
Chuhai Labs and the Nasty Labs podcast. We're legally the best.
Fight inflation the old-fashioned way, by spending less money. Check out the HyperX store at Amazon.com to find great Prime Day deals on July 12th and 13th. Stock up on new gaming gear so you'll be equipped for the new launches and content drops. Mark your calendars and set your alarms. Deals like this won't stick around long.
It's officially summertime, and everybody talks about looking good for the warmer months, but few have the balls to do it.
Well, it's time to nut up or shut up and take the easiest step to looking sexy this summer by using Manscaped.
Manscaped's Ultra Smooth package makes sure you have the proper care for down there, and their Boxers 2.0 gives you the perfect stage to show off the new look.
These products make you look hot, but your cleanly shaved nethers will keep you cool. And the Boxers 2.0 patented jewel pouch, trademark, technology will keep your boys from turning any beach day into a swamp day.
Dive headfirst into summer by joining the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get 20% off plus free shipping by going to manscaped.com using the code Johnson's Ballsack.
Yes, manscaped.com/Johnson's Ballsack.
The Ultra Smooth package is specialized 3-step groin shaving kit to help you buff, protect, and smooth your most sensitive areas. I'm talking crop shaver razor, crop exfoliator, and crop gel. This kit is the perfect polish to make your family jewels shine.
Step 1. Crop exfoliator. Infused with ingredients that can soothe, clear, and keep the skin on and around your groin feeling refreshed. The crop exfoliator can help you reduce the risk of ingrown hairs in your delicate places.
Step 2. Crop gel. See where you're shaving with our unique clear shaving gel just for the groin. It's called your delicate area for a reason. This is one place you do not want to go in blind.
Step 3. It's time to shave. The crop shaver, trademark, was designed for shaving the groin area with confidence. This razor has 3 precision blades that include extra wide lubricating strips and a pivoting head for the ultimate groin grooming experience.
To top it off, all 3 of these vegan, cruelty-free, and sulfate-free products are included so you know your manhood is in good hands and without compromise.
Once you have your hog in prize-worthy condition, grab yourself a pair of the Manscaped Boxers 2.0. They are ultra-soft, moisture-wicking, cooling, anti-chafing masterpieces fit for a king and made for your royal scepter.
I should know, I'm wearing them right now. So, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Johnson's Ballsack at manscaped.com.
There are so few perfect summer days. Don't let hot, sweaty balls ruin them. Stay fresh, clean, and smelling good with Manscaped. Prime Day is coming.
Check out the HyperX store on Amazon.com to find great Prime Day deals on July 12th and 13th.
Stock up on the latest gaming gear from HyperX so you'll be ready for all the new launches and content drops this summer.
Mark your calendars and set your alarms. Deals like this won't be around long.
This is Deadshot. Show up, sit down, and listen to my boys on superhero stuff you should know. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about you.
Welcome back to the show. So we're going to do reenactments of the original scripts for Batman Returns. We're going to go in chronological order with the film. So we're going to start with Branscombe's character, credited as Terrifying Clown Number 1. However, I don't know why it was Terrifying Clown number 1. There was no Terrifying Clown number 2 or 3 in it. But whatever the case is,
The one and only.
we are going to basically go through some deleted scenes of the Batman Returns criminals. So let's go through it. So starting with the Terrifying Clown in Daniel Waters' original draft titled Batman 2 from May 1991, Branscombe, you would have been a, quote, this is how your character is described as a, quote, younger, surly punk wearing a lightly smoking neon sign linking the word circus, but it's circus spelled CIRKUS for some reason, and a humongous chain necklace over his chest. So that's a very different wardrobe from you, my friend. Another difference in this draft is that the Red Triangle Circus Gang does not actually attack the Gotham Plaza like in the movie. They actually infiltrate Shrek's department store. They go inside when he's having a meeting with the mayor. And so your character formerly is called Neon Necklace Punk as opposed to Terrifying Clown. And you would have taken Selina Kyle hostage, and at one point you would have used the stun gun on somebody. So the stun gun was used on you, but in this script, you actually use the stun gun on the mayor of Gotham City in this early script. And basically, it says Neon, as your character is called, flicks out a cumbersomely quirky stun gun that has a stream of laser going from one skull ornament on one side of the gun to another skull on the other. He stuns the mayor to his knees. So would have given you some action there. It's after this that Neon Necklace Punk and Selina encounter Batman. So here's the original scene from that draft. So what we're going to do here is, Andrew, you can read the narration, and I'll just give Branscombe the line.
These are actually real scenes?
These are real scenes in the original script, yeah. That's why I wanted to bring you guys on, so you could actually do these.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Interior, Shrek building, hallway, night. Neon necklaced punk holds his aggressively unique stun gun on Selina, pushing her down the hall. She awkwardly hobbles on one heel.
Move it, low-life secretary.
That's great.
Oh, you're mean, rascal. Why would you talk to that lady like that? Oh, that's why you're called horrible.
I prefer low-life assistant, thank you. I probably should just shut up, but you know, this was a very serious pair of shoes you ruined. Couldn't you have just been a prince and broken my jaw? My body will heal, but this was the last pair left in my size. Oh, and next time, Scooter, remember to shoot the other heel.
With her existing heel, Selina slams out into Neon Punk's knee, knocking the stun gun out of his hand onto a nearby carpet and him to the ground. He seethes in sync to his flashing neon necklace, then bolts up toward the stun gun on the center, when suddenly the carpet is viciously pulled out from under him, somersaulting him into vivid, sparking heap. Selina breathlessly turns to see Batman at the end of the carpet.
So there we go. You would have been slipped by Batman pulling the end of the carpet at that point. So it's a very different end on this. It's actually, funny enough, it's a different character. It's a different character of a ringmaster for the Red Triangle Circus Gang who does the whole beat about calling him Mr. Man-Bat. So it's actually two different characters that were combined into one. I see Greg's cat there. Hello. Two different characters combined into one for your character of the clown. But it was originally a ringmaster for the Red Triangle Circus Gang who holds Christopher Walken's character, Max Shrek, hostage using syringes coming out of his knuckles and then doing the whole Mr. Man-Bat thing. Yeah. And then Batman then takes the grappling gun to shoot through the syringes to break them and knock the ringmaster out. It says that he basically cracks the guy's skull into the wall and knocks him out.
McDonald's stepped in and they were like, syringes, huh?
Exactly. So yeah, very different. Yeah, very different. So
that was all before, huh?
Yeah. That's an early draft from Daniel Waters from August 1991, and then this draft was later revised by a different writer, Wesley Strick, who decided to, rewrite it so that it's a big attack on Gotham Plaza in the beginning, and Neon Necklace Punk and the ringmaster were combined into the clown, into the terrifying clown, or the delirious clown, or the stun gun clown, as you're called. So, and the dialogue here is very different for you in this scene. I don't know if this is stuff that you had previously shot and was just edited down, but anyway, in this version, it says that this clown is previously part of a group of 3 clowns who get foiled by the Batmobile, and your clown is on the run from them, getting chased down. I also have the novelization by Craig Shaw Gardner that adds another detail saying that Selina hears you say something about, quote, never taking me alive during that. So during this, so we will basically do this scene now and I'll have Andrew do the narration.
Exterior, the plaza, night. The Batmobile thunders at the clown who'd escaped. This clown grabs innocent bystander Selina Kyle. In the scuffle, a heel cracks off one of her shoes. The blitzing Batmobile comes to a skidding halt. The clown presses a sleek stun gun to Selina's neck.
I probably shouldn't bring this up, but this is a very serious pair of shoes you ruined. Couldn't you have just been a prince and broken my jaw? My body will heal, but this was the last pair of shoes left in my size.
All these innocent bystanders, and I have to pick you! Shut up!
That's awesome.
Hey, you know what I got to tell you? On the call sheet, I was delirious clown.
Interesting. Okay.
Just a little, trivia. And the other thing is, originally, when the Batmobile was going up and down the street, we were just doing near misses. And then I got to Michelle. Just FYI, so everyone knows.
Awesome.
Kind of interesting.
Right, back to Andrew.
Okay. The Batmobile door whooshes open. Batman pounds straight at the clown, an eerie force of nature. An acrobat somersaults into his face.
It was Greg.
Batman casually punches his lights out.
Now you listen up, Mr. Man Bat. You come in any closer and I'll... Boom!
And then I'll do it. I'm like, sure.
Batman gunslingers out his grapple spear gun. The wired hook rockets past the clown's jerking away head and into the wall behind him.
Nice shot, mister.
Batman yanks the wire, ripping off a chunk of wall that smacks the back of the clown's head as he staggers.
You shouldn't have left the other heel.
With her surviving heel, she kicks the crumpled clown's knee, knocking him down and knocking him and the stun gun to the ground.
So there we go. That's the dialogue in I guess one of the later scripts with revisions by Wesley Strick. The visuals we're showing here real quick. You'll be able to see it in the YouTube version, Branscombe, but we're showing the Batman Returns comic adaptation by Dennis O'Neil with pencils by Steve Irwin, not that Steve Irwin, but Steve Irwin, Erwin, inks by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, colors by Tom McCraw, and letters by John Costanza of the scene, and has some of this original dialogue that you just did. In both the script and the novelization by Craig Shaw Gardner, it also has a moment where Batman looks at the red triangle on your face over the eye and puts it together that this is the Red Triangle Circus Gang, even though I guess a bunch of circus members causing chaos wasn't enough of a clue already, but just the specific red triangle on your face was what tips him off. And one last thing, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Branscombe, but your character of the clown nicknamed Stun Gun Clown, you are the first boss of the Super Nintendo video game version of Batman Returns.
What? No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah.
They owe you a check.
Yeah. I'm taking notes.
Yes.
So yes.
Hey, you know what? Greg Cummins got to work 13 weeks, and I got a week. Actually, got 5 days. That's all I got.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well,
yeah, but he's not in the video game.
There you go. and another trivia. Right after that, we went and did Renegade. Right after that.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah, we
nice.
started Renegade in '92,
Worked with you twice on that show. Okay.
which was supposed to be Henry Kingi as Bobby Six Killer, but what
Yeah,
can-
right.
Oh.
You should have put the clown face in one of those episodes as an homage to Batman.
It's hilarious. All right. Well, that is the terrifying clown sort of original draft. So going chronologically,
Wow, that was a lot of stuff you found.
yeah. I have a lot on. I have a lot on each one of you. That's why I'm just like, this will be really fun. We'll get your anecdotes, and then in return,
Cool.
I provide you. Yeah. So on to Greg's Acrobat Thug, as you're credited, though I think Acrobat Clown, I agree with you, is a more apt description of it. But the scene we're reading from is the original Waters draft, slightly different still. The description of your character is a little different. Some of the dialogue is different. So here we go on here. So exterior, I'm going to narrate this one.
Okay.
Exterior, Gotham Plaza, day. The crowd yawns up into some more lukewarm clapping for the mayor when a gnarling thug acrobat in a red cape and tights that have a red triangle across the chest, so you'd kind of look like an evil superhero, Greg, somersaults onto the stage and snatches up the mayor's baby. The crowd screams as the thug acrobat effortlessly pivot kicks the mayor to the wood and moves to the podium, hoisting the baby like an Oscar.
I'm not much on speeches, so I'll just say thanks.
The thug acrobat spin vaults over the podium and fullbacks through the crowd with the baby as his pigskin toward an open manhole. He dives in. As the crowd hustles over, the thug acrobat can be heard screaming and fighting.
Oh no, it's the Penguin! Help!
Interior, the sewer, day. Penguin and the thug acrobat are revealed in the sewer, barely containing their laughter. They shout upward in bogus melodrama while pounding the sides of the sewer with pipes. The bearded lady gently rocks the placid baby.
Oh, Penguin, don't hurt me!
Take that, you scoundrel!
Penguin throws down his pipe and palatially mounts his scissors lift apparatus. The bearded lady gives him the baby and a blast of breath spray. Penguin raises the baby as if offering it to the gods as the dwarves crank upward. So that's the original scene. We also had fan of our podcast, Jackson Putnam, graced us again with his impression of Danny DeVito's Penguin for that one line. So, and then here you are in the comic adaptation, Greg, pretty close to what happened.
You scoundrel.
Yeah, so we have you in the comic adaptation here, Greg, and going down and disappearing down the manhole and just saying, hey, ow, and then getting supposedly knocked out. And then the revised script by Wesley Strict and the novelization by Craig Shaw Gardner also say that people see your character getting sort of with your clothes torn, try to drag yourself out of the manhole, sort of being fake beaten up before running off. I don't know if they tried to do that with you.
No, none of that. I don't even see it here in your notes, in your pages.
Yeah, nah, it's in a different draft on that. But yeah, supposedly this was not the last that we saw of your character. In the original Waters draft, you had an encounter with Batman while wreaking havoc in Gotham. So let's go into that. So we're going to have you reprise your role again as this, and then I'm going to have Henry take the line for this next one after in response to you. So I'll narrate this one. Exterior, another place in the smoking promenade. Night. The thug acrobat from the press conference and another like-caped gang member hold out their checks in the deep discussion.
I scored a bonus for the press conference baby thing.
You gotta start saving your receipts, man.
Emerging from the smoke behind them, Batman sledgehammers down the caped gangster, then latches out to the running away cape of the thug acrobat. He violently swings the acrobat off the ground into a harsh lamppost wraparound collision. So you would have gotten pretty violently knocked out there, Greg, by a lamppost. Yeah.
I would have liked to have done that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, didn't make it into later drafts. And then this is the scene that I was referring to as well. I'm not sure if this would have been your acrobat specifically, Greg. You said you did shoot parts of you, taking away the children. This one has it describes, quote, a plush nursery. An infant boy peacefully sleeps in a custom wood crib. An acrobat thug quietly vaults through the window, scoops up the infant, vaults out as an alarm wails, but the infant sleeps on.
Oh, yeah. Well, they had me take it from a little kind of cage from the street. It wasn't through a window and all that. They did have me swoop a baby out from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. So that's probably how that got evolved in that. That makes sense. All right. So that's the Acrobat Thug.
Yay!
Wow.
Yay!
You guys are amazing.
I was told that they hired the best looking person they could for the Acrobat Thug.
Yes. Very clearly.
Why is everybody laughing? Henry, why are you laughing when I say that?
It stirs a chuckle.
Oh man.
All right. So lastly is Henry's mugger. So Henry, we saw your face get slashed up in the movie, but the original script had a very different takedown. You might have enjoyed it more. So it says it's the same beginning where you're attacking the woman, and then it says Catwoman launches down, perfectly wrapping her legs around the mugger's neck. She claps her hands together with the mugger's head in the middle. She sinks to a standing position on the sidewalk as his moaning body sags downward. So, interesting way to get taken out there.
One of the better ways.
I think you would have preferred that over getting slashed.
Oh, yes.
You know what? Henry got taken out on Bionic Woman just like that.
Oh man,
You
that's
did.
another podcast.
Well, you gotta watch it when you stick your head in a woman's pelvis. That's all I gotta say. It gets dangerous.
We will. We're
First
gonna
of the movie business.
So let's do the scene from the script revised by Wesley Strick, where you got a little bit more lines, and Catwoman made a slightly different entrance. So I'll have Andrew read the narration, and then I'll let you know when your stuff comes in, Henry.
Okay.
All right. Exterior, another alley. Night. A relatively normal-looking mugger slaps his hand over a female victim's mouth and rummages into her purse.
Help, Batman!
Now, pretty young thing. Just nice and easy.
Please don't hurt me. I'll do anything.
Suddenly, the mugger squeals in pain. His hand is yanked out of the purse by a stinging whip that's wrapped around his wrist. So that's different on that.
Ow!
With a scratch. Oh, sorry. I realized that Andrew was supposed to be narrating this.
Hold on. Let me do it real quick, just for consistency.
Go ahead. Do the same thing.
Suddenly, the mugger squeals in pain. His hand is yanked out of the purse by a stinging whip that's wrapped around his wrist. With a screech, Catwoman suddenly lands around the mugger's neck, twisting him down in a brutal tackle.
I just love a big, strong man who's not afraid to show it with someone half his size.
Hold up.
Understated.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Catwoman smiles politely and puts away her whip.
Be gentle. It's my first time.
The mugger charges up at Catwoman, who savagely rockets him back, gasping with "fixed the toaster by my self-delight," then a flurry of talon scratches across his face that sends him squealing to the asphalt.
Tick, tack, toe.
Nice. So, Henry, your character is in the comic adaptation too, but while the likeness for Branscombe and Greg were pretty on point, not so much, unfortunately, for the comic. I'm afraid we have a very short-haired dude in a baseball cap in the comic adaptation.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, I think the reason why behind this is that they actually modeled the mugger after the same one from the Batman '89 movie, who Keaton confronted and said, "I'm Batman." And so they thought as an Easter egg, they would carry over the same character and get taken out by Catwoman and have Catwoman say, "I'm Catwoman, hear me roar" to him. So Unfortunately, you did get recast in the comic adaptation for that little Easter egg. But however, let's redeem this and bring this all back home. In the original Daniel Waters draft, you had one more scene in this. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, your mugger as well as the female victim would have showed up later to report what happened to Commissioner Gordon. So I will have Andrew read the narration.
Okay. All right. So exterior promenade before the museum. Night. Batman closes up the transistor in his hand and moves off into the smoking chaos of Gotham's Rodeo Drive, or Rodeo Drive, I guess.
Yes. Either one, I think. It's all
Gotham and LA, so I don't know.
In the community, Crenshaw area, it's called Rodeo Road.
Oh.
But in the Beverly Hills, the same spelling is called Rodeo Drive.
Oh man.
So rodeo and rodeo.
Oh.
All right. Gordon gives him a thoughtful glance before the mugger and his female victim clamber up.
Telling you she had claws.
That's what I'm saying. She was a Catwoman.
That was the additional scene. And that's it. We did it. That is Branscombe Richmond's terrifying clown, Greg Cummins' Acrobat Thug, Henry Kingi's mugger, all returned after 30 years. Batman Returns, with narration by Andrew and me, and then editing in Catwoman and female victim by Danielle Moses, and special voice cameo of Jackson Putnam as the Penguin. Thank you all for being a part of this, helping us out. Any closing thoughts before we go? I know Greg has something to plug. All of you guys probably do have something to plug here, so I guess we'll go back in order, starting with Branscombe.
Well, if you love video games, please play Apex Legends Gibraltar. I am Apex Legends Gibraltar. And it's been an honor, and thank God we are blessed with good health and still working in the industry. And I love these other two guys, all our fans out there. Thank you so much.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. Henry?
Yes, it was wonderful. You guys are amazing. This was actually a pleasure, really, just to hear all the history and what you guys dug up. You should actually do a radio show about this, finding all of this information. Oh, that's right, we're doing that.
That's what we're doing.
That's what podcast.
No, it's really very, very interesting. I hope the crowd and the audience and everyone loves that and keeps tuning back on you guys, because this is some good movie history magic. I appreciate it. It was very fun.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And same thing. Happy to be a part of it. And thank you for bringing us on and letting us relive that and giving us this history, which is, again, really, really interesting and fun. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And thank you for what you do, all three of you.
Yes, thank you. This has been great.
And then, Greg, I've pulled up, I know that you wanted to
awesome
plug what you've been doing. Many people can see you now on Amazon in Bosch and Bosch Legacy.
Yeah, I play Crate, the partner team Crate and Barrel, and we've been on 7 seasons for Bosch and Bosch Legacy. The first season aired. We're in that, and we're going to just shoot about 4 or 5 episodes in the second season of Bosch Legacy coming up here in about 3 weeks. We're going to start that out of the 10 episodes they'll shoot for season 2. And you can always check me out. I play Luther, Mac's dad, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which has been a real fun role to play. And but I just wanted to thank you, Ben and Andrew. Your enthusiasm and your excitement for this film, this project that we did a long time ago, 30 years ago. Well, actually, we did it 31 years ago because we did it in 91 and it came out in 91.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just very exciting that you guys are interested in little old us who were just I was just kind of starting out then. Henry was and Branscombe was earlier than I was. They started earlier, but I'm just very appreciative of the excitement you guys have and bring to it, and I'm also very honored and blessed to be a part of it, and also to know these wonderful guys, Branscombe and Henry, who I've known for years through many different projects, many different films. It's a great blessing to be working in this business. I want to thank all the fans out there, the people. Henry said it earlier, we're fans like all of you are. And we may act in the business, but it's pretty magical for us at the same time. And thanks.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I just say the same thing about Branscombe and Greg. It's interesting. People would talk about actors a lot, and they would say things like, "You can't count on them. They never show up when they're supposed to," and that's because when the actors get roles, you never know when they're going to get them, and they're supposed to plan for the Christmas party, but then they get a part, and then they have to go away and work, and everybody goes, "Where is he?" Well, he just never shows up. Well, I mean, that kind of stuff happens, and it's just when you work on a show with people, and you're there every day, all day long, you become family, become friends and family, and then all of a sudden the show's over, everybody's gone in their separate ways. It's like somebody just cut the umbilical cord and said, "Here, go grow up." So, and then we disappear. But then when we come back together, it's like we never left each other. We start right back where we were when we left from the show before that. Years later, whatever it is. But that's how wonderful it is to have when you make good friends and good people around, then you can come back together and have a great time every moment when you guys are together.
Point. I feel the same way, Henry.
And the fans should know something. You know what the fans should know? That this interview is being done at midnight, 15 minutes. I'm serious. The fans should know that this isn't like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This is midnight, 15, and we had some technical difficulties, but we're all here, man. And that's important.
Yep.
That's right.
Thank you all for being a part of this. It was an honor to meet all three of you at the event. I'm very happy to have had all three of you on here too, to not only share your stories, but also, I have the privilege of sharing with you some of these deleted scenes of your characters that you didn't get to play, that you now have technically been able to play on this show. And that's definitely one of the things that I wanted to give back in some way to you. So thank you.
Awesome trivia.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. And with that is superhero stuff you should know. Big thanks to our research assistant, Dan, for gathering the visuals for the YouTube experience, as well as big thanks to Jackson Putnam as the voice of Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin, as well as Danielle Moses as Selina Kyle / Catwoman and female victim. Also, another plug for Gregory Scott Cummins. You can check him out at gregoryscottcummins.com for his official website. You wanted me to plug that in as well, so I'm adding that in here. And then Danielle, you can find on Instagram at Faye and Familiar. She's a freelance illustrator with an affinity for character design and drawing all the animals. So she's not just a talented actress, she's also an artist. And she also is promoting Table Raven, which I'll probably have her say a little bit more about earlier. But basically, Table Raven is something that is helping out for tabletop role-playing games. So they're a digital assistant for them. She says, we support Pathfinder, are working on supporting D&D 5e, and are building a flexible, easy-to-use platform to keep your campaigns, characters, sessions, and encounters together and keep you focused on your gaming and role-playing. So check them out at tableraven.com. So moving forward, I did have a call to action to send me the pictures of the fantastic Penguin, Batman, and Catwoman at the event of the 30th anniversary, because I was too busy trying to recruit these guys on the podcast to take pictures with them. And lo and behold, I got pictures that are way better than anything I could have taken, and they come from one of the guys behind the scenes of this, who's David Woodruff on that. So these are pictures of Penguin, Batman, Catwoman over here posing in front of the Montalban Theater as well. And we've also got Batman doing a very Keaton-esque pose with his lips as well, which is funny. So we've got all that here. And basically, I want to give a shout out to everyone involved in this. So that is Connor Breen as Penguin in the center, Kayla Emerson as Catwoman, and Travis Youssef as Batman. David, who sent me these, he set up the shirts, the face paint booth for the Red Triangle Circus Gang, the raffle for Catwoman's claws, the makeup demonstration, the bat and the cat costumes, and helped add a third of the panel, as well as the original torso display. You can follow him on Instagram at Son of Pumpkinhead on Instagram. So there we go. That's our little post-credit scene for you guys. And then on to the fan comments. So Greg or Craig, these are all comments on that 30th anniversary Batman Returns episode. I thought this would be appropriate for this since there's a tie-in to that. Greg or Craig says, listening to you talking about the audience engagement with the film makes me wish that Batman Returns would get the Rocky Horror Picture Show treatment. I'd go to that if it played near me. Funny enough, Greg Cummins, also sharing your name, Greg or Craig, maybe you're actually secretly the same person, has said a similar thing right now on this podcast. Greg or Craig also says $30 for autographs from these three actors is a bargain. I got to say, unfortunately, Henry Kingi was not doing autographs. It was just Branscombe and Greg. However, I would have loved it if he did it too. I definitely would have paid $30 for that. All three had a small but highly memorable role in the film. I also know Henry Kingi from Predator 2 and Branscombe Richmond from a 90s show called Renegade. Again, funny enough, this was referenced by Branscombe earlier in this recording. So funny how that all comes full circle. Hipster Blood commented that Ronnie Spector, who was also a guest on the panel, did Michelle Pfeiffer's makeup. She's still her makeup artist all these years later.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Hipster Blood, for that tidbit.
Awesome name too, by the way.
Yes. This other one is Miami Night. We have some great names here. Yes. Miami Night says, I'm going to butcher this probably. Maxo Balaz made the returns cow for one of the cosplayers who was there. All right, that's awesome.
Awesome.
That. Shout out to, there's just so much talent involved with the cosplay that I saw there, especially the ones that were part of the event that we just saw the pictures of. Like, I'm just like, you can't get better than that. Short of literally having Keaton, Pfeiffer, and DeVito back into the costumes again, you can't get any better than that. So, fantastic night. Over to you with the fan comments. The shout outs.
Yeah, with the shout outs. All right. So thanks, everybody. We want to thank everybody that's part of the Patreon. They're up on the board here. Some of the newcomers include Benjamin V, Chris F, Michael S, MetaGeek, Chuck ATWT, Yuli, and Chris R. And we have our other supporters as well up on the board here. Thank you guys for that, for your support and contributions and all that. If you want to be up on the board and get all the benefits and all the goodies and stuff, go to patreon.com/superherostuffpod, and there you can get the $1 tier that gets you the shout out, gets you up on the board there, and then the $5 tier gets you a whole other show. So this show is every Monday, and it's free. But this is a $5 tier, so this is a whole other show, and we do deeper dives on there. So check that out. You can cancel anytime, binge the hell out of us, and then be done with it. So if you want to do it that way. $10 tier gets you all the other tiers, plus the monthly meetup. So that means you meet up with us in a Zoom-like call, and we just kind of shoot the shit all together and have a topic at hand to talk about as well. React to videos at sometimes as well. Things like that. We have merch at superhousepod.redbubble.com and superherostuffpod.threadless.com. Benman, Zacula, and Indeed Wizard mug shirt, shower curtains, artwork by Stefan Santa Cruz. New artwork at some point. We're working on that. New merch at some point here. Please send us some audio, and you too can be part of the show. You can use your voice recorder app on your phone and record really anything, and then send that to superhousepodcast@gmail.com. And I'm Thunderwolf Drew on Instagram and Twitter. That's Thunderwolf Drew. Let me say that clearly. And then Thunderwolf Lives on YouTube is my other YouTube page. And I also have my portfolio website. I do behind-the-scenes videography and photography and editing as well. Check that out at thunderwolfdrew.com. And I have a short film. Well, it'll be a whole episode at one point, but anyway, it's called I'm on a Recon, AMANORECON.com, I'mOnARecon.com. Basically, think R-rated Power Rangers meets X-Files and Stranger Things. Mix that all up, and you have I'm on a Recon. So check that out. AlmanoRecon.com currently has a 17-second teaser trailer, and we're still working on our campaign video for Indiegogo, where that will be used to get funds for a bigger project, which would be about a 23-minute pilot episode for the show. So and this great artwork is by Zachary Jackson Brown. So I think his website's ZacharyJacksonBrownArt.com.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, check that out. And that's it for me, Ben.
Shout out to Comic Capital on Instagram, as well as the Everything Entertainment Club on Clubhouse. You can follow us on social media, on Twitter, Superhouse Pod, Instagram, Superhero Stuff Pod, TikTok, Superhero Stuff Pod, Vero, Superhero Stuff Pod. My website is benoirewriter.com, where you can read my Gotham script called Gotham Vampire, where young Bruce faces off against the Mad Monk, as well as my spec script for Elementary called The Death of Sherlock Holmes, a modern update on the classic story, The Adventure of the Dying Detective. And Curb Your Enthusiasm, Disneyland, the Curb episode they could never make, where Larry goes to Disneyland. My YouTube channel is in the description below, where you can check out the Doctor Who, The Ronin of Time, an audio drama I write, narrate, and edit. Thumbnail by our assistant Dan. This is for Doctor Who fans, in which the 8th Doctor meets Miyamoto Musashi in ancient Japan. My personal Instagram is BenJuanWriter. My son's Instagram, my cat, is Alfie Pennyworth Cat. And if you have an Alfie yourself, or a Peanut, or a cat like Greg Cummins, as you might have seen in the video, then you could also get the Whisker Box, the only cat box for the crazy cat lady and gent. And if you don't have a cat and you have a dog instead, that's okay. You can get the Bark Box, y'all. Give your dog exactly what they want with the Bark Box. Promo code or promo link that we have will give you the first month off free, valued at $35. And you can get that promo code over at superherostuffpod.com/shop. You can get all sorts of stuff, Amazon affiliate links, a little Keaton Funko from the 89 movie, all sorts of stuff at superherostuffpod.com/shop. And we would be remiss not to mention Manscaped. Get yourself Manscaped. Get 20% off plus free shipping by using the promo code Johnson's Ballsack at manscaped.com. Yes.
We would be remiss if you missed not shaving your ball sack. Once again.
Indeed.
If you it'd be my hype man with the indeeds. If you can't just have a crazy bush outside of your underoos. You got to keep that shit tight, high and tight in your lower region. So you want to make it seem like your dick is bigger.
Yes.
With a more trimmed bush. So we can't make it any clearer, guys.
Yeah.
You got to go to Manscaped. Get the platinum package for your platinum package. Johnson's Ball Sack. That's our code at checkout. That gets you 20% off and free shipping. How much? Look, you get 20% off, free shipping, and a dick that seems bigger? Come on, man.
What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Absolutely nothing. You have only stuff to gain.
Yeah, man. You know,
including inches.
Yeah, you could at least,
or centimeters at least.
Seemingly bigger. Let's just, we have to be clear about that. So yes. Yeah. All right. So, seemingly bigger.
Yes.
We're an advertisement, so we can't have any. What am I trying to say? No false promises. Yeah, false claims.
It's 12:30 at night over here.
Yeah, we're getting goofy. So keep the bush high and tight in your lower region. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we want you to do us a favor.
We want you to tell all your friends about us.
You didn't miss this episode. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.